Hello, hello. Welcome to Meditation Motivation. I'm Michael. And today we have a special Lionsgate Portal meditation. So, what is Lionsgate Portal? Lionsgate Portal is something that I read about recently. And basically, what it means is that our sun is very close to one of the brightest stars in the sky, Sirius. Okay, and this is a star that was worshipped by the Egyptians, and it has a lot of emotional resonance with our culture. So basically, it's a very powerful star that's very close to our powerful star. And so some people say that it's supposed to help you with setting intentions, powerful intentions, and making them come true. Whether this is true or not is irrelevant to me. I just thought it would be a good way for us to talk about setting intentions and how we can make them come true with meditation. So regardless of if it's Lionsgate Portal or not, we should always be doing this. Whether, actually, meditation, you can think of it in many different ways, but lots of different groups use meditation. Of course, there's yoga, which is the type of meditation I do. But there's also more mystical, magical organizations that use it as well. And it's really the basis of everything from Thelema, Order of the Golden Dawn. Any Western mystical system also uses meditation as the very basis for what they're doing or what they're trying to make happen. And the reason is because all of whatever we do originates from the mind. So if we can calm the mind and focus the mind, we're going to have a clearer intention, and we're going to be able to make that intention happen. I'll give you an example. So for me with this channel, probably about a month or probably about 3 months ago, I was really thinking about doing a YouTube channel. And at that time, I thought I was going to be doing a channel about plants. Actually, this is my new plant. I had the same type of plant when I was in Vietnam. Now I'm in France, found the same type. I really love plants. I know a lot about them, and that's what I was going to do a channel on. But through meditations, I kind of started to see, well, I really love meditation. I've been doing it for a long time, and I think it would make a better channel. So as I made this switch, my ideas started to switch too. And I would get more and more ideas about videos to do. So I am working on to figure out everything. I'm in a new space, so internet may be a little bit jumpy. Hopefully this works fine. So my basic point is that I set an intention that I was going to make a YouTube channel. And as soon as I did that, I started watching more videos on how to make YouTube channels. I started researching how to film better, how to light better. And just so you know, this is a meditation channel, but I'm also working on more, not narrative, but more well-polished videos about meditation as well. But those take some more time. So those will be coming out soon. But my point is that I set this intention. And then since I said it, I was it used it as a filter almost. I was magnetized towards certain videos, books, and I began accumulating knowledge very quickly to make this thing happen. So intention, really what it does is it clears out everything else. So there may be a lot of nebulous things that I want to do, but I was able to say, this is the one that I want to do the most, and this is what I'm going to. Okay, so once we set that intention, what it does is it actually clears out everything else. So it purifies and focuses us. So where I was a flashlight, learning about a lot of different things, then I said, I'm going to make a meditation YouTube channel, and everything focused down into that so I can make the best channel possible. So that's what I'm working on now. So my point is to share with you how I set an intention and to teach you how you can do that same sort of thing. And so, as I said, I wanted to make a plant meditation video channel, and I was doing lots of preparation for that. And then I was in a meditation, and in that meditation, I was trying to clear out my thoughts as much as possible. And in that space, I'm able to separate from the rest of the world. And what I mean is the intentions that other people place on us. Because we may not realize it, but there's a lot of things we do in life for exterior reasons, because of our parents, our loved ones, because of what we think we should do that was put out there by society. There's so many different reasons that we do things, but in meditation, we're able to really closely analyze what we want for ourselves. And so when I did this in meditation, I realized, well, wait, I love meditation. Why am I not making a meditation channel? And it quickly dawned on me that the reason I wasn't making a meditation channel is because, firstly, there wasn't a lot of media, podcasts and YouTube channels that I really liked that were doing that content. So it just didn't seem, so I just figured, oh, well, it's not possible because more people aren't doing it. There's lots of plant channels I like, so I'm inspired by those. So I wanted to do it. So that was the first reason. The second reason is I didn't think there was a lot of interest. But when I started looking into it, it seemed like there was a lot of interest for that. And there wasn't very many people serving that interest. So this idea that I had that was holding me back from doing this channel was just wrong. And I was able to realize that I was holding back this thing that I really loved for reasons that were just illusions. And you might be doing the same thing. There might be intentions, things that you want that you are not allowing yourself for illusionary reasons that don't really exist. We do this to ourselves all the time. And I think one key one for people who meditate or are interested in meditation is the idea of enlightenment. Enlightenment. Oh, it's such a powerful and charged word, right? And it seems like almost like a cliche, or it almost sounds embarrassing. Like you would never be at a dinner party and people say, well, what do you do? What do you want out of life? And you can't say, it's hard to say like, well, I want enlightenment, right? It sounds funny to just say that in conversation or even out loud, to admit that is your goal. And I think we all need to analyze why that is. Why do we not allow ourselves to set that goal? Is it because it's too nebulous of a goal? Is it too high of a goal? But really, when we look into it, that's really what we want. We want an ultimate state of higher reality, higher happiness, higher connectedness, and freedom from suffering. So I think those, if we say it in those terms, then I think they're completely acceptable goals for us to have. And we should set those intentions, because whether or not you're like a fan of Tony Robbins, self-help, or whatever systems of motivation that you like, everyone always says, even in business, whatever it is, if you want a successful business, you need to have a business plan. Well, if you want a successful enlightenment, you need to have an enlightenment plan. And what I mean is we need to set that intention. And once we set that intention, we need to research it as much as possible and take those steps. And why I say research and then take those steps is because once we look into it, we realize that the thing that everyone keeps telling us for enlightenment is to sit and to meditate, okay? They say you can read all the books in the world, everything you want to read. You can read it, but it's not going to help you reach enlightenment. You're not going to reach enlightenment through a book. What a book can do is point us towards meditation, and it can help guide us in those states of meditation towards towards a higher state. So it can get confusing in meditation as what we're supposed to be doing. And books written by people who are further along in that meditation practice can help us, of course. So there is a place for reading, but reading alone will not get us there. So that's why research is important, and of course, action is important. So with that being said, intention is not the only part. We also must let go of that intention. That sounds weird, right? But I want to explain what that means. So we want something. That's fine. We've decided that I want this thing more than anything else. Okay? Now, in meditation, we need to have non-attachment to that. And why is that? Well, if you have children or you know children, I think you can understand this, because a child will want something. A child will want candy or toys or whatever. And we, from the outside, we understand that these things are just temporary wants. This candy is not going to give him anything, or her, anything beneficial. I do have a 4-year-old, so I say him. It's not going to give him anything beneficial for the long run. It's going to give him some short-term happiness. But if I leave it up to him, he's going to eat a huge bag of candy and then end up feeling sick and then not eat any dinner or anything healthy for his body. So we may want something, but we may not realize that it's not the best thing for us. And so it's important to just let go of that want in deep meditation. We set the intention, then we let it go, because we need to be open and listening and empty from want as much as possible. So then we can receive we can receive something other than just our own noise, if that makes sense. So our intention will be free, and it will mix with the rest of our thoughts in our heads, and we will be able to listen without bias. And we may realize, first of all, I have a higher intention than that. Second of all, that intention is not good for me. Or third, that intention is me. And here are some ways before we meditate. And then after that is let go of it in meditation. And I'll bring that back to me. I had this intention of starting a plant YouTube channel. And in my concentration on that and in my meditation, it began being clear to me that it would be better if I was doing a meditation channel. And I was really resistant to that thought, but I was able to let go of my attachment to this want for a plant meditation, or a plant a plant channel. I still might be doing some stuff on plants. I was able to let it go and to explore the idea and how it might be better. So let's dive into it. I think that's enough discussion. Let's dive into it. So I want you all to sit comfortably, take a deep breath. So I've already done my normal meditation today. So I already feel nice and good and relaxed. All my muscles are loose. I've already done my pranayama practice. So now I'm at the point where I can do a meditation like this. You can do it too. You don't have to do a big long meditation first. But if you have a normal practice, do that first and then do this part at the end. You can do this now. You can also do this later. So take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. What is the most important thing to you? What is the thing you want to improve? What is the thing that you are passionate about, that you are willing to argue about with people, that you get angry about? What is the solution to that problem that you are so passionate about? These are ways for us to decide what our purpose is, what our cause is, what we truly want. What is that thing that you have wanted for a long, long time? Not just recently, but that has been with you for a long time. Now, what is the obstacle of you doing that? Many times, we will not even admit to ourselves that it's possible to have the thing that we want because the obstacle seems so large. But in meditation, we are able to let go of this idea of whether it's going to be difficult or not. We're just able to see clearly what this thing is that we want. So I want you to allow yourself to see that clearly. And don't worry about the obstacle. Just worry about the thing that you want the most. Admit that to yourself. You don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to say it to anyone else. Just admit it to yourself, that thing that you really, really want. Is that thing good for you? Will it bring you happiness? Is that thing good for other people? It's okay if it's not. I mean, hopefully it's good for everyone, but it's okay if it's something that is more for yourself and you're not necessarily thinking of other people. That's okay. If it is something for other people, just remember that it needs to be good for you as well. So now maybe we have that intention. Now I want you to picture it. I want you to picture yourself taking action with that thing. You already have it. You're already doing it. You're already making it. You're already there. What do you see? Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Now, how can you make that happen as quick as possible without spending any money, any resources? How can you get close to making that happen? As close as possible. If it's something you want to buy, where can you go see it? Can you go see it today? Can you go see it tomorrow? Whether it's at that store or whether someone has it, can you go talk to someone about it that has done it or has had it? If it's something you want to be, is there a way you can start doing that thing now? Maybe not if it's a job, maybe not getting paid for it, but can you find a way to start performing that work now? Without spending any money, just the quickest way possible, with no doorkeepers or people you have to convince. How can you just start doing it? So what I'm telling you is these obstacles that you think are in the way, get them out of the way. Stop worrying about whether you're going to get paid for it, whether or not people are going to like it, whatever. Just how can you start doing it now? Who do I know that has already done this? Who out there is talking about it? Who can I either listen to or talk to that will inspire me to realize that it's possible? Whenever we want to do something, there's always some sort of obstacles or challenges that we didn't think about. And there are two ways that this can play out. Either we make the mistake or we have to deal with it, and it could take longer, and that's just part of the path. It's fine. We just keep going and make it happen. Or we can listen to people that have already been there and avoid the mistakes or prepare for the more difficult obstacles. And I think that's the better way to go. So if we do as much research as possible while still balancing that with action, then this can save us a lot of time and heartache and effort. So I want you to picture all of this. I want you to picture you having achieved the goal. I want you to picture you taking a step down from perfection and picturing yourself doing that thing today. How can you do that thing messy and imperfect and bad to start with and improve it? How can you see yourself doing it a little bit better next month and doing it a little bit better the month after that? Picture yourself progressing. Picture yourself getting closer and closer to that goal. How happy will you be when you get a little bit closer and a little bit closer to that goal? When we set these intentions, we start rearranging our life to make them possible. The only way to do these things is through action. And what we need to do is we need to schedule them. We need to make them important, and we need to be able to admit to the people around us that are in our life that these things are important and talk to them. Because what happens sometimes when we have these things we want to do is we hold them into ourselves and we think, oh, if I let it out, then it might spoil it. And yes, this can actually be true. And we do want to do the work on our own a little bit to make these things come true. But once we've done a certain amount of work to show that we are serious, it's important to start speaking about that with the people around us, because we need to schedule time. We need to say, okay, I'm going to dedicate this hour on this day to making that happen. And we need to set that time aside. So that was my son. So we need to schedule this time for ourselves to make it happen. That's how we show that we're serious about this intention. Put it on your calendar. Put it at the same time every week. Give yourself as much time as possible in balance with the rest of your life to make that happen. Can you give yourself 1 hour a day? It will happen really quickly like that. Can you give yourself at least 1 hour a week? It will happen like that. But try to give yourself a little bit of time every day to progress towards that goal. Put it on the calendar. Tell the people around you that you're going to do it, and then stick to it. If you put it on your calendar, the rest of your life will rearrange itself around that thing, people will understand that, well, that's your schedule. That's what you're doing. And they won't come to you at that time for something. They won't expect time from you because they know that you're working on that thing at that time. This is how we take those intentions of our mind and put them to action, okay? If we set this time each week, then we will make it happen, as long as you actually do something. Stephen King, he talks about his writing process, and probably most of you know who Stephen King is. Seems like he comes out with 3 books a year. Well, he's a prolific writer. And one of the things he says is he writes every day. And sometimes it is hard for him to write, and he will sit down and he will set this time for him to write. And even if he doesn't want to write at all, he will just write. It may not even be about his story. He will just write, and he will try to write. Even if he wants to just write about not being able to write, he will write. And then most of the time he will be able to get into the flow and then get back into his story. And that's what I'm saying to you, is set time aside and you will end up making that thing happen, because you will be forced to do it in that time. So what that means is, even if you fail a couple times at your thing, it won't be a big deal, because you will just know, okay, well, I'm going to be doing the same thing in 2-3 days, and then I will get over that obstacle then, or I will keep hacking away at it until I get it. So this is the way that we take our intention and we take it to the next level. And that is what got me into this channel. And that is why, if you're watching this now, a month from now, you're going to see a huge improvement, because I'm going to keep making it better. I'm excited. Next week, I will have some improvement to this channel, and I'm really excited about it. And that's because I kept with this intention, and I've stuck by my schedule. And because of that, things are improving. So my intentions are coming true, and I think yours are too. But it all comes from here. We don't ask the outside and then wait for it to happen. We set our intention, we set what we want, and then the world, and then we are able to see where help can come from, and we're able to better see who the people in our lives that can help us. We're able to meet new people. We're able to find resources that will help us do those things. So take responsibility for your intention and take action and make it happen. So if this was helpful, then leave me a comment. Thank you everyone for listening. And I'm excited to see what you do with these intentions. Please come back and tell me. All right. Have a great day. Bye.